Hello all. It is so hot today. It's supposed to be 102 later on. We're on our second heat wave for this month alone. Yesterday we broke records. An old record of 78 degrees to a new record of 99 degrees. Today an old record of 76 degrees, and if it gets up to 102 is what it's forecast to do. I've got to get rid of the sweat. Hang on a second. Okay, I wanted to just kind of bring up a few things. It's too hot to get too scientific, so we'll just put on a real mellow type video without all the numbers and charts, and with always an airplane, right? All right, I put on the CO2 count. I think somebody's coming. Because of the number, 401.333 or whatever it was. That's an incredible number, considering that 350 used to be the safety limit, and we were below 100 before humans started with their industrial revolution and using fossil fuels. So the way it works is that the carbon dioxide number is a good one to use for figuring out what the weather's going to be like in the future. Here's how it works. The CO2 count is faster than the temperature rise. It takes about 5 to 10 years for the temperature to start to catch up to the CO2. So it's always lagging several years behind what the CO2 count is. The projections are so staggeringly high right now. If we don't stop, we're going to literally cook ourselves to death. And I think this summer is going to teach us all a new lesson. I think just from what I'm seeing, we're going to have some super hot weather. I think people will think twice about calling this a hoax. Of course, if you only live indoors and you get inside a garage in an air-conditioned car, I guess you'd never even notice it was hot outside. But for those of us who are outside, can sure tell the difference. So the projections are up to almost 500 in just a few more years, and then 600 after that. These are incredible numbers. That will surely cook us. And the reason humans can't survive is that they get cooked from too much CO2 in the atmosphere. Just CO2 alone can cook us, but it's not the only greenhouse gas, as you know from watching past videos. Methane and chlorine. So there's a lot of different greenhouse gases that tend to come up, tend to burn out fast, so they don't really count them because they only last maybe 50 or 60 or 20 years, and then they're neutralized. It's just too hot. All right, so anyway, let's go on a little bit longer, go deeper into the woods and see if it gets cooler. Okay, we can't really go any further into the woods. It just keeps getting hotter. It's not gonna cool down no matter what you do. It's just gonna be one of those miserable days. Another hot night. But okay, let's go into the next subject I want to talk about. This has to deal with the UK, Britain, and the US. We're all sort of using the same banksters and the same corporations. And over the weekend, it turned out that there was a little bit of corruption that went on. As you know, the U.S. is quantitatively eased into the stock market through the bond selling and then buying them back kind of thing. Well, it turns out that they, for the last 2 months, said that they were going to ease $1 billion or $2 billion or $6 billion each month, the last 2 months. So what they did is that apparently they took a large amount of money, put it to a third country, put it over in a third country, then they did the quantitative easing so that they could hide what's really going on, because they know they cannot stop the quantitative easing at the 100 or the 96 billion mark that they've been doing, or else the economies of the world will then completely collapse. It's the only thing holding things together right now. So what amazed me wasn't this corruption. This corruption happens all the time. It's the corruption of the people. And what I mean by that is over in Britain, they have basically three, the Tories and the Libs, I think they call them, and the Workers' Party. And anyway, they're all connected to the same corrupt entity, just like ours is. The Democrats and Republicans are all connected together at the base where you can't see them, and they get their money and their talking points and their issues from that place. And as long as the corporate takeover of the world is in control of these two entities, they're the ones that put the people in to be voted in. In other words, your choices. You don't have any choices. You get either politician A or politician B, but they're both connected at the base, and they don't really care which one wins because they will do exactly what the corporations tell them to do. So it was surprising to me that I saw that Britain is already predicting a win of one of the two corporate parties. And same here in the U.S. It's already being predicted that the Repugs will take some and the Dems will take some. Well, what does it matter? All they care about is that either one party or the other wins. That you never, ever vote for a third party or a third group of people that might be really progressive and actually change the planet. So, with all the alternative media out here, all 7 of us or so, it just looks like nobody even cares, or even if they hear about it, they'll still go vote for one of these two corporate parties at the end because they get talked into it by saying, well, if you let that one win, it'll be much worse than it is now. So we actually vote best of the worst. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys vote? I understand if you don't. That's perfectly understandable since there are no candidates to vote for that are really progressive. But I just think that this is the year that we have to do it, or else we just aren't going to get out of these severe problems that we've been seeing on this video series. The peak oil decline, the decline of copper, concrete, steel, and how China and India are racing to get all these natural resources as fast as they can. So instead of working together as a group called the planet Earth, we're all in these little pockets, and we're getting ready for World War III, it looks like. Things keep escalating and escalating. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was why humans can't seem to change something that's so easy to fix, such as climate change, transportation, population control, food, growing our own food organically in and amongst our own cities, putting solar panels on all the roofs of the cities and making them independent of any other power source, this kind of thing. And as I researched this, wondering why, it kept telling me, look up quantum mechanics. So I've been researching quantum mechanics for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Well, it's been about 3 weeks actually. I'm going to put a link down below this video on quantum mechanics. This isn't the math part of it. This is the cool part of it, the absolutely amazing stuff. So if you like UFOs and that type of thing, this video is for you. It's true science. It's not fake, and it's absolutely amazing what quantum mechanics has to do with it. But I think it has to do with the parallel universes theory, that because there may be 10 of us all doing the same thing at once, possibly 9 of those people are doing something slightly different than you are, forcing you to do something that isn't in your best interest. So go down and check out quantum mechanics. You'll never, it's stuff that just blows your mind. It's way past the speed of light. It's about being in 2 places at once. It's about traveling backwards in time. This is some really cool stuff, and it would be such a shame for humans to blow it and lose quantum mechanics, or not even get to that stage of life where we're using quantum mechanics. And I appreciate the comments and the new subscribers, and maybe if it ever does cool down, I'll see you again. It's just hard to do these when it's so hot. So check out the CO2 count in your area, put in CO2 and the country that you're in and see what the numbers are. Or just put in the CO2 count and see what it is on the at Hawaii where it's measured. So until next time.